Some of y'all about to be real mad at me, but it must be said.
I'm sure the comments is going to call us haters for this, but it is what it is.
This your take. Why they gonna call me a hater?
Because you agree. Cardi B might be washed, y'all.
Oh. Unfortunately, I agree.
I love Cardi. I think a lot of the songs that she was making, especially before Invasion of Privacy, were great. Invasion of Privacy is a good album. I don't know that it should have beat Daytona and Victory Lap for Grammy that year, but great album. But when we get to the rollout for this album, you know what the crazy thing about the rollout for this album was? She started with Press.
Press.
That was
Cardi B
right
need no
after.
press. I need more press.
Like, that could have been a single for Invasion of Privacy. It was right after. And then I'll give her some bail. You know, there's a whole ass pandemic in the middle of that. But then you kept releasing singles.
You was in the house. The only thing you could do was probably make music. We should have multiple projects. We should have been on sophomore, junior, senior album.
First of all, I think she's afraid of a sophomore slump. But that's neither here nor there. Cardi B's latest single, Outside, disappointment. Total disappointment.
I'm so stolen.
It's just not it. Enough, gained a little bit of traction, but that's not what the label wanted. That's not what she wanted, obviously. She had the song, what was it, Hot Shit with Dirk and Kanye. Again, not it. Bongos flopped.
Somebody got me like bongo.
And then she had that like what freestyle, which was over, I think, a Missy beat. And I think if that would have actually worked, I think they would have rolled that out as an actual single. It didn't, and it flopped majorly. Here we are. She finally releases a single for her album some 6 years later, and now she decides to announce her album, Am I the Drama? Yes. Yes, you are. To be honest with you, I think the drama that she has going on in her personal life is bigger than the album that she has out right now.
I think this will be an interesting litmus test for her fan base. I think a lot of her diehard fans, you know, obviously while she was going through her spat with Offset or whatever, were, you know, very quick to protect her and defend her and, you know, bolster her name in that whole back and forth, that whole conflict, as Offset fans done for him. I think that it'll be interesting to see if, number one, if that's the content she delves into the most on the album. Number two, is that what they're going to buy from her? Now we all, oh man, the man embarrassing you, leaving, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Are you going to go buy the album where she talking about that half of it? Are you going to go purchase it? Are you going to purchase it early to help bolster the numbers? The same way you boost her online and in comment sections. Mm-hmm. I think that's a very telling. That could be part of what you were talking about is, you know, that sophomore slump. Is this hype real? Am I a social media star? Am I a recording artist? Can I write hits? Or am I just here for viral moments? That all depends on the sophomore album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's crazy that we're talking about an 8-year career and we still haven't answered those questions. Still haven't answered those questions as an artist. Am I here to stay, or am I just here for the next blow up, the next, you know, fight or internet rant or spaces rant or relationship kerfuffle?
Yeah, I just feel like the singles that she has released outside of the ones that she's using to bolster up this second album sales,
nigga,
Up and WAP.
WAP being on this album is absolutely insane. Crazy. That is crazy.
You're doing this to bolster the sales.
It's nuts.
And nothing else.
WAP being on this album is crazy.
And actually, it wouldn't be that crazy if she would have dropped the album back then.
Yeah, no. What is that? That's 5-6 year difference.
You know what's crazy? WAP was the very first segment that we rolled out our daily segments with. That was 5 years ago. That's how long ago it was.
I don't even think that song is hot no more. I don't hear that shit nowhere.
But what it did when it was out, that's going to go towards the sales of the album. That shit is so trash.
Bucket and a mop. Again, I don't think it's going like that anymore. So like, is it even going to help? Or do they apply the streams that are already gone to WAP to the first week sale?
That's what they're gonna do.
Oh, well then that's dumb. So all the data that's already been collected. No, stop it. So all the
album's gonna go number one just because of those singles.
Stop. All of the listens and plays that have already been compiled by those 2 tracks, right? Before this album is released. They're just going to shift the numbers over there and say that people listen now.
Those are going to count as album streams.
No, but they're not though. And
they're not.
Obviously not though.
They're not.
That's
absolutely.
Not
You're right. And I hate that play. That play sucks because no matter how trash the album is, it's going to go number one.
I thought you were just saying like, all right, well, WAP and Press or whatever, or not up.
Just WAPing up.
Yeah. WAPing up. Those songs are popular still, and people are going to play them, and that's where there's going to be the majority of the spins on the album. No, that feels like fraud. It feels like, but I mean, I don't have a vested money interest into the album, so I won't complain about it. But it feels like
I won't
fraud.
act as if Cardi can't make good music and that the album will be inherently bad because she decided to do this. But I will say that doing this gives me pause when it comes to what is going to be on the album. And the fact that you had to wait this long throughout all these singles, some of which flopped terribly, that also gives me pause as to what is eventually going to be on this album.
Some bullshit.
So hopefully she gets it together and hopefully this album is okay, because these are all signs that this shit is not going to be invasion of privacy. And that's a bad sign for any Cardi fan.
No, I don't think Invasion of Privacy Part 2 was ever really coming. I think if it was, we would have got it by now. And you know when you hooping and you get out to the free throw line, you be open and you just start pump faking, study long, study wrong, right? Same thing.
Yep.
Same thing. Maybe you know what I expect to hear from it? I expect it to be a lot like the Carter 5. An album that sounded like it came out 5 years too late. Like it had been sat on and missed its moment.
Yep.
That's exactly what I expect to hear from this album.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to be anything that really changes the calculus for her.
But I'm worried that Cardi stan hype and the numbers are going to skew everything about the album.
Even if the first week are off the charts because of WAP and Up, right? Like if her fan base doesn't buy it, week 2 will look crazy, week 3 will look crazy, week 4 will look crazy.
That's true.
I don't know if she going number 1, but even if she does,
I think it's tough.
People still have to buy the album to make it actually
It's
last.
tough to not go number 1 because of the success of those singles. But you're right. It could absolutely flop in week 2 and week 3.
Mm-hmm.
So,
For sure.
We'll see. I'm rooting for Cardi, but these moves are not it. That's all I'm saying. But she still can't say the N-word? No?
No, fuck no.
No?